the man from Rare Breed Entertainment, the king himself, Mr. ARP. Welcome to Hold This L Radio, sir.
Yo, what's good, homie? Appreciate you having me on, and that was some intro, man. I'm humbled, man. Appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you, sir, for what you do for the culture.
Likewise.
So,
Likewise. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's good, homie?
Nothing, man. Finally got you on, sir. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you causing some people to jump out windows these days, my G. How you feeling this car coming up in August?
Feeling real good, and what's crazy is the reality of battle rap, especially when you're doing your thing and you're working hard. Like Rapid Entertainment has been working for about 5 years. You know, any windows that you're seeing that's being jumped out of, trust me, you know, those same windows have been getting jumped out of. It's just not been public. It's been a little bit more behind the scenes for years now.
Right.
You know, we kind of used to that, and that's all part of the grind and part of our motto, brick by brick. You know, it's all the grind to put on for this culture and continue to build our company. So even shows like this and people such as yourself that see the grind and see the work, it's always appreciated because, trust me, we have to, you know, really, really put towards building this Rare Breed Entertainment thing. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it. So then when we get the accolades and the respect, you know, it just keeps motivating us. So thank you for that. Real talk.
Hey, man, everybody on this line appreciates what you have done for the culture. We've had very long conversations. Okay.
Thank you.
I know that I really don't be seeing any fuck shit on your part. It just seems to me like you're a very generous, humbled person in battle rap that's just trying to put for the culture itself, not for other leagues, not for the fans, for real. It's for the culture. Okay. I can't say that about everybody else. You know, they're out here allowing things to happen. And I know one thing, when things happen on your platform, you always speak up and tell the real.
Yeah,
how do we move forward with that? Because you see what's going on. I know you see it. How do we move forward and get our culture back from all this craziness and this biasness, and like everybody, they trying to, you know, they're not really for the culture to succeed. They want other people within the culture to succeed.
I mean, it starts with the fans and the supporters. We all have a responsibility. People that think they have voices, they have voices because they all make up the battle rap culture. There isn't a single battler, a single blogger, a single league, or a single league owner that can exist in this culture without fan support, without the fans getting behind us, supporting these businesses, coming out to these events, you know, watching the pay-per-views, click and play on YouTube, promoting the events. It all comes together like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, this is still the world. It's human nature. It's like that in every industry, not just battle rap. You know, you're always going to have your ups and downs. You're always going to have your cultural vultures. You're going to have your thieves, your liars, your bad businessmen and women. It's every culture. And those that are successful in these worlds and realms of entertainment, especially when they keep a strong and solid reputation, I think the fans just need to continue to support people like that. Like, for example, there are some bloggers out there that I have, you know, the utmost respect for, you know, like a Jay Black. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with Jay Black since about 2013, 2014, and his character behind the scenes and on camera has always remained consistent. I don't really have anything bad to say about the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, another one of my favorite bloggers is John Rhimes. Very real guy, down to earth, you know, tells it how it is, and is forward thinking for the culture. You know, so when I give examples like that with bloggers, you could also take a few media personnel. You could take some battlers. You know, like there's a guy named Iron Solomon. Probably heard of him. Off and on cam.
Yes.
Off and on cam. He's a man of respect. The way he carries himself, the way he cares about the culture. These are very, very genuine people, and there's league owners out there like that as well. And I really just think that despite the fact that a lot of controversy and trolling and all this type of stuff in today's world and social media is entertaining, especially when it's drama or it's beef or it's controversy. Everybody loves it. Everybody's entertained by it. But we just can't let the fans, the bloggers, and the medias get away from supporting the ones that are really, really taking the hit and putting this culture on their backs in a positive way and bringing a lot to the culture. So the world is the world, social media is social media, the industries are the industries, but just make sure that we stay true to the people that really, really put the work in and got, a lot of positivity that they push into the game. That's really what you could do. You can't ask for the world in any situation like this. So,
Thanks. Let me ask you this, nigga. Did you find you a treasure chest in your box of Lucky Charms, my nigga? Because this card that you got coming from my G,
I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this, man.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the shake-up. I think everybody from the Rarebird Entertainment Company enjoys the shake-up. Shout out to the Colt Warren Shoppers, shout out to Lauren, shout out to the entire RBE team. I mean, there is no treasure chest. I wish we found. I'm a true West Indian. I got like 5 jobs. So if I found that treasure chest, I'd probably be retired right now. You know what I'm saying? I get up and I get mines every day, punching it out. And I've been busting my ass since a teenager to grind, to make a way for myself in this world the same way my brother does, the same way Lawrence does, the same way a lot of us do. You know what I mean? There is no treasure chest. The real reality of the situation is, the card that you see coming up on August 18th, including the return of Murder Mook after 4 years and all the rumors leading in of how much he wants. Is it 50,000? Is it 75,000? Is it 100,000? Is it more than that? So everybody is tagging those numbers onto RBE. And I promise you, whatever business is behind the August 18th card, it could have been done when we first announced our platform in 2013 as well. But once again, we stay true to our motto, which is brick by brick. Now it just happens to be a great time for the platform and for the culture and for RBE as a company to take on a match such as Murder Mook versus Aper. We couldn't have done that and created that type of energy along with Mook and Verb, in 2013 or 2014. It wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? So with this business decisions, it's just a slow and steady race for us. There's no rush over here because none of us does battle rap for a living. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. It's just so much of a shock that people's like, well, if they haven't been doing this all these years and then all of a sudden, they do it in the middle of 2018, something must have happened. Like, for anybody that's playing the lottery, if you want to give me a winning ticket, I promise I'll take it. But it's not that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the steady pace and the humility of running the business the way that we want to run it. All the people involved in Rarebird Entertainment. That's what it is.
Facts. That's a fact, man. I know I appreciate you and everybody else on here appreciate it for what you're doing for the culture. When you announced Mook, I was like, that's a game changer for Rare Breed and ARP and the whole staff. That right there is a game changer because everybody was looking for a platform to bring him back. And when you did it, it made people sit back and just watch. You had some people sit back and like respect. And then you have some people that just like become haters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen it in my own life. As far as me being in battle rap myself. Dealt with a lot of bad business and shit like that. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Everybody that knows me and follows me knows how genuine I am for this culture, right? And to people that I build relationships with. So, like, I'm just for the culture. I don't give up about a league for real or one person. The culture is what I fight for. And I want to fight with people like yourself and everybody that loves the culture and putting things forth, the culture. And I'm trying to get these niggas on board with that, because if we don't, our culture is gonna die. And I don't want our culture to die. I want us to be on these big stages on TV. I want to see us in selling out arenas. I want all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the game needs it. The game needs it. You know, behind the scenes, there's so many people that just don't know how battle rap functions. There are times where we're able to really, really put the bright lights on and jazz it up and have battle rap looking like a major playing industry. But the harsh reality, and this is coming from somebody that's, you know, on the ground level of this shit, you know what I mean, and knows a lot of every situation, every league, a lot of battlers, you know, the ins and outs in this game. You know, the harsh reality is that a lot of people within battle rap are just not ready for it to be at that level. That goes for league owners, that goes for battle rappers, that goes for bloggers, for example. You know, we kind of tune into the likes of, like, let's say a Stephen A. Smith, a Max Kellerman. You know, some of these major media outlets on these major networks that we look to give us great information. They do their due diligence. They speak to the players, and then they give us their assessments. They give strong criticisms, respectful criticisms. They keep the NBA buzzing even during the off season. You know, all this stuff that's going on right now, whether it's Boogie Cousins, you know, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James finally landing somewhere. You know, all these moves. What's going to happen with Paul George? Is he going to stay put in OKC? What's going to happen with this player, that player? Once free agent, that's coming from our major media that's covering the NBA, and it's done in such a beautiful way, a polished way. The presentation, the personnel, these are real professionals. They speak well. Their cameras are right. You know, they actually put time into editing. I've seen bloggers that's been around for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and they never even upgraded their camera. You know what I'm saying? They still record off of a cell phone. You see them reaching for the stop button when the blog is over. You know what I'm saying? Like they're, but like, if you have some of our biggest media outlets in this game and they don't even take their own craft serious at all, or there's people running around like clowns, you know, they go for bloggers, go for medias, go for battlers. This all stunts the growth of the game. Same thing with league owners. You'll have league owners that you know, stunt the game in many different ways, whether it's their business is bad, or you know, they're not creative, or they apply energies in the wrong directions, or they're what they deliver, their content is repetitive. Everybody has a strike on them, and not to get it twisted, including RBE. We're not perfect either. You know what I'm saying? So the game, the people that even have voices in this game aren't even ready for this shit to move up to another notch. You know, a lot of these battlers aren't ready to make $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000. You know, I see battlers that mismanage hundreds of dollars. Like, look, if you have a situation, hypothetically speaking, with $200 on the table and you mismanage that, you know, how do you depend on certain battlers in that situation to manage when somebody's coming to them with a business situation that equates to thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from experience in this game right now. I don't want to go over anybody's head. These aren't really hypotheticals I'm giving you. These are really, really speaking from experience. So it's an unfortunate reality that a lot of people don't know. Once again, we gloss the game up. We turn the bright lights on. We shine them up. We edit it down. We put it out, and everything looks 20 times bigger than it really is. But it's not. We're not ready for that major outlet yet. You know, I wish we were, and I think the people that take it serious, take their job serious, we got to depend on them to continue to keep pushing in that direction. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has the means to make their shit perfect all the time, or, you know, a lot of money to invest in cameras, or the time to even learn how to teach yourself how to edit. Whatever you think is holding you back, it is what it is. But those people that are about progression, the fans support those people, because it's just a slow-moving race right now for the culture. But eventually we'll get there. The people that put in the work and are genuine and take this shit serious and are about their business and professionals, We'll get there. We'll get there.
I got two more questions before I let my co-host chime in. One's personal, one is for the culture.
Yes,
The
sir.
first one is for me. How do you what do you tell yourself when you have people that don't give you enough credit of what you have done, and what you tell yourself when motherfuckers go out their way to discredit you and what you do?
Oh man, those are two extremely easy questions. The first one of people not giving us our credit, quote unquote. The reality, the 100% reality is that's just false. On the surface and maybe in the public, and sometimes perception, which is very strong. Perception in marketing is very, very strong because it creates illusions. But illusions
Right.
are for people. Illusions are really for consumers. I don't want to get too deep or try to give y'all some stupid ass hypotheticals and imagery or whatever. But it's like the commercial, like McDonald's. Like that burger don't look the same as what you fucking order and get over the counter. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of the situation. So behind the scenes, if you stay with me as I connect the dots, behind the scenes, we get all the credit in the world. It just comes in a different form. So hate is a form of respect and appreciation and acknowledgement. Jealousy is a form of respect, appreciation, and acknowledgement. People scrambling, people saying things and sending text messages or making phone calls and saying certain things to certain people. All this stuff that's been coming back to us since we got here, all the things we know, all the files that we saved. This is all a form of understanding what rare breed entertainment is. I don't care if things are mute in the public. I don't care if a perception is painted of, there is no credit given, because we see it behind the scenes. We know it behind the scenes, what we represent and the impact that we have. So, it's just a perception thing that I think fans that are smart, they'll get past, and they follow me and they tweet me and they comment, and there are a lot of smart people that know what it is, and that's really the people that we talk to right now. Those are really the people that we really want to rock with right now, because our message isn't even ready for the masses yet. I could come out and say something right now that can be 100% truth, 100% fact, but if you're not ready to hear that reality, then it's just a wasted statement. That's just the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as anybody that would go out of their way to discredit or disrespect or step on the toes of rare breed entertainment, once again, not only is that a form of respect, but that comes with the territory. That really does come with the territory. I'll give you an example, and you can create the parallel for yourself. Like, I'll use New Jersey Twerk. New Jersey Twerk is one of the biggest battlers in the game right now. It's one of the most talked about battlers in the game right now, right? Everybody's watching New Jersey Twerk, and deservingly so. The man does his thing, and he's talented. He's got a great image, good performance, perfect guy to be carrying, some of the new class into battle rap, right? You ever turn around? I mean, I do. I turn around multiple times during the year, and I see flyers with New Jersey Twerk on, leagues that I've maybe never heard of before, or maybe up-and-coming leagues. I probably see maybe 3 or 4 battles of New Jersey Twerk in those situations. But do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think any issues would arise if New Jersey Twerk battled on, like, let's say, a King of the Dot? Do you think that flyer would come out?
Nope.
Okay.
The conversation
is
dead.
Okay, so that within itself shows the strength of King of the Dot. That shows that no, that's a problem for whoever is involved or behind the scenes or is a part of making decisions. And that could just be New Jersey Twerk on his own. You'd have to get him on the phone and ask him. I don't want to speak for that man, but these situations that we see happen, they just go over people's heads, and I don't think people grasp what they really truly mean.
I see it.
So
I see it.
Yeah, so people that and that go out their way to discredit maybe rare breed entertainment, I would also challenge them to create another hole. You know what I'm saying? like, we see that all the time. Like, people get discredited, battlers get discredited, battlers get disrespected. Leagues get disrespected. League owners, it's part of the game. If you're in here, you're doing your thing, you're making noise, especially if you're successful, especially if people see you as competition or see you as an issue, then expect any hanger-ons, you expect groupies, expect people that aren't involved in your situations, expect people that don't make money with you, people that maybe not on your stage, people that have been maybe mind-fucked or whatever by some other fucking league owner that got in your ear or shook your hand and made you feel like you were somebody in the world now. You got to expect those people to go out their way to discredit you now, because that's just part of the game. There's always hanger-ons. There's always groupies. There's always people that are mad they're not working with you. It just really, really formulates to the answer of RBE or King of the Dot or URL or whatever platform in question must be doing something right. If you face that type of shit, you're doing something right. And these days, we're kind of changing our attitude towards it, whereas in the past, we would challenge things from a more aggressive standpoint. Now, we're kind of letting our work show for us, because the work is always going to be impactful outside of RBE, for example. It doesn't even matter if RBE is, involved. Either way, Murder Mook versus Averb is going down on August 18th, and a lot of people around the world are going to tune in. So that's just the reality. But the way we can deal with it now is say, we got 5 years of work behind us, and we know what we're doing. This is nothing new to us about booking battles, booking matchups, setting up events, what venues we choose, how much money we choose to spend, how many people are showing up to the events, how we budget our events. This is nothing new to us. So we could spin all of that shit into promotion, and I kind of challenge people at this point to continue to throw that stuff at us, because if you throw some type of negative energy, for example, at August 18th, you'll be in a certain light of stupidity on August 19th. But we'll spin that, and we'll possibly, if you're worth it, and if your message is worth it, we'll possibly just spin it into promo, because we know who we are and where we stand and the work we put in. So I think people got to be a little bit more calculated on, the things that we've done over the years and the things that we will continue to do, especially when I continue to tell people the reality is that we're only operating at 25%. So shout out to everybody that supports us, and if you don't, maybe you will later on in the future, and if you just chosen in your mind to never support RBE, we still respect you and appreciate you also. Like, it is what it is. It's just part of the world. It's part of business.
Word on. I appreciate that. All right, well, over here on Hold This L Radio, I make sure we hold people accountable for what they put into the culture, right? So I like wins and losses when I look at these people's resumes. And I'm going to ask this question because I can ask it in the most PC way, because there are people on my as my co-host that might not say it in a way, and I want them to relax. Rare Breeds, August 18th. Y'all need to cop that pay-per-view. Y'all need to get them tickets, okay?
Yes, sir.
I think this whole card is fire. As I'm looking at it now, this certain individual I'm about to ask you about, because there's a lot of people who've been asking me why, and I said, I don't know. I'll find out. Whole card fire. Everybody on it. Now I understand the matchup with this one. People would like to know, why did Big T get this call? Okay.
Let me ask you this. Let me answer that question. Go ahead.
Because I was one of those people, right? But me now sitting back and looking at it, Ill Will versus Big T, it's probably about that time for the Midwest. This is because I'm from the Midwest. All right.
Yeah.
So me stepping back and looking at it, I'm cool. It's okay. But for those everybody else, blame to them why that was.
Listen, I'm not saying that we don't see the comments and the tweets. There are a lot of people at this point I guess, just do not believe in Big T's ability. I understand that battle rap could be a what have you done for me lately, or sometimes even deservingly so. Like if you happen to be a battler that your last 3 showings weren't good, then people just are over you. I understand. But there's another reality within the card. Like I explained this to somebody the other day, and I don't even think they caught it. But you don't see, well, at least yet, you don't see an announcement for, like, let's say, a Oops. You don't see a Gems. You don't see a Show Off. You don't see a Big Cannon. You don't see a JC. You don't see a Mr. Mills. You don't see a J Murder. These are guys that, we got a lot of work in with, and we really tried to show, the talent of those type of artists versus the tiers when we came up with the blood, sweat, and tears concept. Right, the breaking down of the tiers of status of what it takes to create matchups, and just saying, listen, if you're nice or if you believe in the person, put them in the ring and watch them swim. So what you're seeing on this card when we booked Murder Mook versus Averb is also getting a whole lot of people on, at least half the card, that have never been on RBE before, and taking the opportunity to shake things up a little bit and say, we know that for 5 years you guys have seen some of those announcements of people that I just said. Now's the opportunity with all this energy of Murder Mook to get new people on, to switch it up a little bit, and to make sure that the announcements are a little bit more left field. Half the card, like I said, half the people, at least 8 of the people, left field that have not performed on RBE before. That's one of the reasons why. Now, Big T happens to be somebody that falls into that loop. He's somebody we've never had the opportunity to work with. We respect him and the amount of work that he put into the culture. We respect him as an artist. He actually is somebody that we just haven't had a situation that worked out at the right time, whether it was his availability or the opponent at the time, to get him on. We've been trying to work with Big T for at least the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And it just never worked out. So when I hit Big T up for this one, his schedule was clear, at least at that time, when we were speaking. And we just thought it as a good opportunity to get him on and to join us on our biggest part, being somebody that's never been on RBE before. Now, as far as his talent, I don't think people deny his talent. They just are on him for his recent showing. I have no problem with situations like that. RBE has never had problems with situations like there's another battler on the card right now that's getting a lot of one-sided predictions, which is Big K. You know what I'm saying? He's getting a shitload of one-sided decisions right now from the fans, and that's cool. And Big T, Big K, whoever, King Los, these are all grown-ass men. They're artists. They've been doing this shit for years. They got to stick up for themselves. But if you see the history of RBE, one thing that we love to do is just take an idea or a battler or a battle that we believe in, put them on the stage, and maximize for that moment a good turnout. Because if everybody's expecting Iron Solomon to have a classic performance and he comes up there and has a classic performance, people go, yeah, we expected that. But if somebody says, nah, we expecting Oops to get 30 by Old Red, this battle makes no sense, and then he gets up there and Old Red by the end of the video is saying, this is one of my hardest opponents ever, it maximizes the situation. So now on August 18th and the days leading up and the week leading up, if Big T comes up there and says, you want to know what? This is my debut on RBE. You want to know what? I'm facing somebody that's like on a Battler of the Year contender list. You want to know what? Murder Mook and Averb is on this card. You want to know what? This live stream is about to go around the world. You want to know what? I got all my peers on this card. It's like ARP said, this card, they didn't grab all the shooters. I got all my peers and other legends on this card, and King Los is over there, and Iron Solomon and Big. And you know what? Yeah. Let me take this August 18th and shut everybody up and turn all y'all, because fans could be fickle. Sometimes as soon as you do one good thing, it becomes your world again. I'm gonna take this situation, and I'm gonna be the next person that the fans of the world say, well, yeah, we don't really fuck with him, but when he's on RBE, this is what happened. Daylight is another one of those guys. You could say whatever you want to say about him on any platform, but then he comes to RBE and has a performance like, for example, that is our best battle ever versus Oops. He's coming off of a crazy battle versus Ill Will. You know, he showed up
Fine.
to play and to fight versus Loso. All bars, no antics from Daylight on RBE. There's a reason for that. So we love to put people in these type of situations because it just maximizes the outcome of somebody like a Big T that snaps. You know, you don't want to be the person that has to eat their words when somebody with the capabilities like Big T comes out in that type of situation and has a classic performance. All it does is put ARP and Shot in a position where we cross our arms and say, "I told you so." You know, that's not a bad gamble. We'll take those gambles. So salute to Big T, and I'm really hoping that he really puts on and shows people, or I shouldn't even say shows people, reminds people of who the fuck he is. And we're gonna count down to August 18th to get that answer.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, I'm done. I'm gonna let my co-host ask a couple of questions. Y'all can start off, fellas. You know, Nick White, Harlem Fresh is on the line, Marty Mundo, and Preston. So I know Preston's over there biting his tongue right now. I'll let Preston go. Let him get his bars off. Be nice, Preston. I'm gonna put the leash on your ass and sit you in the corner, nigga.
And shut your old ass up, nigga.
Remember.
Oh, it's on me. Shit, my bad. I'm tweaking.
What up?
What's up, man?
Come on,
I
bro.
just want you to know I done bought all your battles, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
For yes, a couple of joints, man. Now I just
Really,
want to
really
say this. I just want to say this because I'm a realist. I'm honest with you.
Yes, sir.
You putting that pressure on Smack, man.
In what way?
That pressure on Smack.
In what way?
Hey,
Really?
I'm just going to address the elephant in the room.
It's funny you just said those words, address the elephant in the room. I have a blog that I recorded a few days ago. I'm editing it today. Hopefully I drop it today. And there will be an elephant in the room that I address in that blog. So y'all keep an eye out for that today, hopefully.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, that's
But go ahead.
Like, this just me being a conspiracy theorist or something battle rap, but since Smack signed all your battlers that would usually be on the RBE stage, like, for instance, Chef Trez, JC, for example, you would say, okay, well, fuck that. I'm going to put Murder Mook and them on the battle card then. I like that because battle rap ain't never going to grow unless we have competition like that. So, shit, big up. But my question is, what made you want to book that battle?
Yeah, so before I get to that, let me touch on your first point. You know, the signing thing isn't as much as people would think, you know. I actually stick to the reality of battle rap and say there is no league in battle rap, in the battle rap culture. We're all platforms, you know, and I could spend an hour to break that down, but if you really go look up the definition and what it takes to run a league, if you're like equating that into sports, I don't care if you're talking about soccer, hockey, baseball, basketball, football, what it takes to run a league and how the players are ran and what the players are involved with and how that actually runs season to season, year to year, none of us are leagues. We're all platforms, right? But some of the signing stuff, you know, there are leagues that see it beneficial for them. You know, Cater Dot has done signing deals. URL does signing deals. But don't assume that every battler is under contract. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't assume that. But you did mention about certain guys that have been promoted on URL. You know, like if you look across like the last year, you see a lot of guys that frequented RBE that have gotten phone calls from URL, whether it's Mr. Mills or Jay Murder or Craig Lamar or Big Cannon or JC. And, you know, and there's more. The list keeps going. Holmesy the God. You know, our style of battle rap, I think, has been very, very influential. You know, and I think it definitely raises eyes, and I think people that behind the scenes do their homework and learn from what's happening within the culture and certain moves that are being made within the culture that can work for them as well. I think they pick it up, and that goes for you. That goes for every league, including URL. I think there are certain things that RBE has picked up from other leagues as well. Let me not be a hypocrite. I'll say that. There are things that we picked up and we say, you know what, we're going to try that. Maybe we'll put a twist on it, but we're going to try that as well. But there's absolutely no denying, the type of artist that we work with, the style of battles that we presented, it being an influence within the culture. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a turnaround and say, since, all those guys that we've always worked with are now getting calls from URL with that seem to have been ignored for prior years, since you call them, we call Murder Mook. No. There's one thing about RBE, I can't speak for other leagues, but we do not make egotistical or emotional-based business decisions. You know what I'm saying? Calling Murder Mook, the book Murder Mook, was a 100% RBE move where we said, you know what, this is a good time to get on a Murder Mook or a Loaded Lux or maybe a Sue Surf. People have heard the stories of me and Sue Surf, chopping it up, or me and Loaded Lux chopping it up business, and me and Murder Mook chopping it up business, and the list goes on behind the scenes. Hitman, it really just is about some of the things that RBE is ready to present out to the public. You know what I'm saying? It's not a counter to URL. I think it comes off as a counter to URL. And sometimes the impact of it can be a counter to URL. But the moment that myself and Shot to sit down and say, you want to know what? If we do this, we're going to one-up URL. Then we are not concentrating fully on the best business benefit for Rarebit Entertainment then. You know what I'm saying? So even though there are times where you might look at something and as a human being, your emotions might get tapped for a second. You got to get over it. This is all business. This is all the world of entertainment. And we still, at the end of the day, have a responsibility to make the best decisions for Rarebit Entertainment as a platform and as a company. So booking Murder Mook is not a counter. There is a storyline that I have no problem promoting and saying, like, hey, nobody was able to make it happen for 4 years, and it took us 5 days. Yeah, that's a little bit of shit talk, even though it's true. That is a little bit of us talking our shit. But at the same time, anybody that would think that we call any battler to book and spend good money with, or whether major money, or even if it's smaller money, that we're doing it because of another league, then you might have us confused with another league.
Well, my last thing I'm gonna say is not even a question. It's just please don't book Surf. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Let me say this about Surf, man. Let me say this about Surf.
It's been 6 battles, 2 good rounds in the Jersey. Please don't do that.
The crazy thing is, I think I've had communications open with Surf for maybe like 3 years now, maybe more than that. The first time me and Surf got on the phone, we was on the phone for like 45 minutes, and we was just discussing the tension between him and Adi Boom. You know what I'm saying? It was just me and him as men just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? And I developed a lot of respect for Surf during that time right there, and that phone call that we had right there. Then we crossed paths. We seen each other, chop it up real quick in Chicago at Guerrilla Warfare. And then since then, anytime that Surf and I have hopped on the line, it's just been about business, the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Surf is about his money. I do want to, before I talk about battle rap, the battle rap side of things, I do want to give Surf a lot of credit for one thing, which is the fact that he is one of battle rap's view kings. And this is me taking a shot at other battlers at the same time, because I'm one of the guys that wants to see this shit grow. He's a view king for a reason. The anticipation that he builds up, the promotion that he does, the image that he maintains, the way he tweets, you know what I'm saying? The persona that he carries. It doesn't, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. I don't follow his real life. I don't know him in his real life. You know what I'm saying? But within battle rap, he is one of the most gravitated towards personas. And we need more Surfs. There aren't enough Surfs in battle rap. Surf is able to talk his shit the way that he does because most of his peers can't touch him in that respect. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it like this too. This is just reality of the culture, because remember, this is a business. URL is the leader of the battle rap culture from a platform standpoint or league, whatever you want to say. They are the leader right now. Now, the choke streak that you're mentioning, right? You think URL doesn't know that? But yet, Surf will continue to get booked over there, not just because of relationship, because if it was all about friendship, then he probably wouldn't be getting paid as much as he gets paid. I want to assume that Surf gets paid very, very well over there, which in turn, at the end of the day, business is business. It's an investment because when I take money out of my pocket and I give it to you, I'm either going to make it back or I'm going to be broke while you're rich. So for some reason, Surf is still generating a lot of views, a lot of energy, a lot of attention, and a good amount of money for URL as a business. Then you factor in the relationship that's personal, you're going to continue to see Surf booked. And I think a lot of his peers and other battlers need to figure out why. Not just fuck the bars. I mean, he could rap his ass off, but fuck the round. Understand why he still remains, even if he goes on a 10 choke streak, why he still will remain the most anticipated going into a battle and the most played. Now on the rap side of things, now on the rap side of things, one thing that I do not have with Surf is I don't have the type of relationship with Surf that he has with URL. That's obvious. So if you ever see Surf on Rare Breed Entertainment, what that would mean is that we've developed some situation that we trust each other going in, and we're gonna really make sure that there's a good turnout on both sides. From a quality standpoint of the actual battle, and everybody makes money because we would never go to Surf from a cheap standpoint. We got money to spend with anybody that's gonna make us money and we put on for RBE. So. I think that first point, though, was way more important, because it really helps the other battlers pay attention and grow their profiles as well. Because, like I said, we need more Surfs in the game.
And,
I know you didn't want to hear that because as a battle rap fan, the only thing that you were saying in your question is, hey, Surf choked 5 times. But I'm a business guy, and you can't overlook all the intangibles behind the scenes that matter and make up business, because without the business, the culture
from
doesn't
a
move.
business standpoint, keep putting
Preston,
that dude on.
Preston, we all know this for a fact. Right? It's just hard hearing it coming out of for ARP to be saying it. It's a blow, right?
And I tend to do that. Like I don't mind giving the harsh pills to swallow, because I could also put but the same question on all of us, right? Because if Sue Surf's battle drops right now, if him versus Rum Nitty drops right now and it does 1 million views overnight, who clicked it? Who clicked it?
Shit, I don't.
Or somebody sees a no-mate stream and says, you want to know what? Sue Surf is the main event. Let me sit down. Let me spend this $50 for the pay-per-view today. Who spent it? You see what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of people. Well, I would say more than 50% of the people that complain about any league or any battler in the game, they still directly or indirectly support them. I don't see clown bloggers getting shut down because people still from the privacy of their own home click the bullshit. People still from the privacy of their own homes, they'll say like, oh, this person choked his last battle, but you know what? Let me see what happens this time. I've seen bloggers, go at battlers 5 years ago, say, get them the fuck out of here. Fast forward 5 years, they'll still blog on them and say, all right, we're going to see what you're going to do now. And put their name in the title and use them for views. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's a widespread epidemic of people not being honest with themselves. So the same people that say we want something, you got to show it. The same people that say we don't want something, you got to show it. I'm not even talking about surfing anymore. It's just the reality of entertainment and battle rap, because we tend to support the things that we say we don't want. It's just the reality. Just watch it happen time and time again. Real shit.
Yeah.
Marty Mundo, you have a question, sir? Andale, amigo. Nick Harlem Fresh, sir, go ahead.
Yo, first I want to salute ARP. Definitely, I appreciate what you're doing for the culture. You definitely a humble individual, and you definitely come from a business. You come from a business perspective, and you definitely stand your ground as a man. So I appreciate you. You know what I mean, holding your shit down like that. The one question that I want to ask though is that it's a lot of people saying that it's not selling out. Murder Mook can't sell out a ticket, and I'm like, y'all niggas got to be kidding me. What the fuck is going on? So I just want to hear directly from you while you're on the show. Can you just give a brief explanation on that?
The explanation isn't really an explanation, because if you have to explain something, that means that something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
say no more.
Business, the business of Rare Breed Entertainment or Murder Mook Booking or the August 18th event, how it's set up, I don't think people like to put all the cards on the table. You know, it's more entertaining and it's more fun to just, you know, run with a punchline or is it sold out or whatever. And some of that, let me give credit to URL, is trickle over of their promotion and marketing. Like, for example, even if I don't sell out an event and I keep telling you it's sold out, I market to the fans and I make you start to look at the other leagues that aren't saying sold out. But we've always maintained a good turnout at our events that have always kept us in business and fully functioning for 5 years. If not, I think we would have been out of business a long time ago. But if you want to get into the actual details, and I'll do that for y'all, because I appreciate you being real about it and I appreciate you asking the questions. Just I want to help people do more thinking. You know what I'm saying? So what you're actually looking at is, to my knowledge or to my memory, the most expensive general admission ticket that the battle rap culture has ever seen. You know, right now our general admission ticket is $125. And I know a lot of people, you know, that's not easy to swing. You know what I'm saying? But our whole target going in was that, you know, if that's comfortable for you for this particular August 18th event, we will see you in the building. But I don't want to gloss anything over. I'll give you the actual numbers. Drum has a standing capacity of 300 people, standing capacity in the venue. We're probably at about 220, 215 tickets sold at this point. It was like 210 or something like that, like a few days ago when I looked. And you always get the sales over the weekend, you know, paydays, Friday and Thursday and shit. So it's probably like 220 right now. Rare Breed Entertainment has never had an event that was over a month left of promotion and we've been even halfway sold out. I have no problem telling y'all that because it's always been our reality. So we're actually ahead of financial schedule in terms of occupancy being sold. And don't forget the fact that I told you that this is the highest priced general admission ticket that Battle Rap has seen. So for RBE, we are already on a successful promotional run. This is past our standards because this is all backed up by history and facts. Like if you go back into our old Eventbrite, if the information is still listed there, it might be. But if you go through our Eventbrite history from today all the way back to 2013 when we put our first event on sale, you're going to see that RBE averages a $40 to $50 ticket for general admission, right? So without having to change venues and sacrificing the vibe of the small room battles that we kind of pushed into battle rap and created a discussion around in 2014 and 2015, without getting away from that vibe, we still tripled the quote-unquote capacity in terms of dollars from a business standpoint by selling ahead of schedule a $125 ticket. So I don't know if anybody has run business before, but if you're in my shoes or Shot's shoes and this is your spot right now, you turn around and you smile and you say, beautiful, everything's working according to plan. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, coming out of marketing from, like, let's say, URL that always promotes event is sold out, event is sold out, event is sold out, because you hear Murder Mook that amplifies every message that comes out of RBE. So people start to look at us and say, how come you're not sold out too? And we say, we're probably not supposed to be sold out yet. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the attention, but we're in the same venue that we've been in since 2013, and I'm telling you right now, we're ahead of schedule. We've never sold more than half the venue out with over a month to go, with a price that is triple that we've ever done before, the most expensive general admission ticket that we've seen in battle rap. So I'm turning around and I'm giving a lot of credit and respect to Murder Mook versus Averb. Like, yo, y'all got us ahead of schedule. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you. And I also don't hear people talking about where's the pay-per-view sales, because we understand at this point in battle rap, if you pay attention, it's not longer about the physical or the in-person occupancy anymore. Like, if you really pay attention, I think people are starting to scratch their heads and ask questions. I'm seeing it on Twitter about Urban Plaza. If battle rap biggest market is in New York, we don't see as many events in Urban Plaza anymore, and it has a bigger turnout than some of the previous Gnomes and Summer Madnesses and all that type of stuff. People are thinking about that, but on the business side, there's nothing wrong with URL is doing. Why? Look at something like Volume 2. It has a main event of Arsenal versus Hollow the Don, Arsenal's return battle, Hollow the rematch, a huge battle, one of the biggest battles to happen in recent years. And you're talking about an event that didn't even sell tickets. Why? Because the focus is on the live stream from a business standpoint. But that big of a card, Volume 2. So if you look at August 18th, if you multiply 200 times 125, I'm telling you, already past 200, that's what, a quick $25,000 that we add to what's going to be a huge pay-per-view. I don't think that people are business savvy enough to really piece this together, but I guess they're not supposed to be, and that's the difference between running a business and being an owner and just having access to a Twitter account and be able to talk shit. That's the difference.
I feel you on that. So from looking at it from that standpoint, it's like, shit, you don't want to be sold out at this point. You already made your money, so the more that come, the merrier, because that's just extra cream on the top.
This is an addition, because if I had to multiply body count by average ticket price before we've ever booked Murder Mook, once again, that average is $40 to $50. So if you multiply 200 people, 200 plus of what we've already sold at the average, $40, for example, 4, 8, 12, that's $120. That's like tripling the person. We didn't triple the person to have to triple the money. You know what I'm saying? And we're already ahead of schedule. There's already a month left, you know what I'm saying, of promotions and getting closer to the event, which is when people go wild over tickets and pay-per-view anyway. And we're watching all the numbers and we're saying, man, shout out to Murder Mook. You got us ahead of schedule at the most expensive general admission ticket that the game has ever seen, triple what we've ever put on sale before. Good looking out. Nobody's talking about that quick $25,000 that we've already pocketed and put towards the event that we've already made an investment in, whereas you're already seeing events huge that don't even sell door tickets, like Volume 2 with Hollow and Arsenal at the top. So people, please pay attention to the game, use common sense, avoid trolls or bloggers that couldn't run a fucking household, let alone a business. All right?
Y'all hear him out there? It came straight from ARP, y'all. Know the facts before you start promoting that bullshit. Know your facts before you start promoting.
And even if you don't know the facts because you're not a part of the actual company and the business, at least try to apply some common sense or use your head a little bit before you talk out your ass. And if you don't do that and you decide to just talk out your ass, that just means that that's the type of person you are and that's the type of troller or poster or blogger that you are, and I think we should identify those people and make sure that you're careful what you listen to. When I watch those people, which I really do, all I watch for is entertainment. You can't watch people or listen to people like that for facts. I live in the facts. I live in reality. People that try to create our reality are just entertainers. That's all they are. That's all they are. We're already in the middle of setting up Rare Breeds 2 for a reason. It's already under construction. So I think we know what we're doing. But shout out to the fans that don't even give a fuck, because if all the business that I just laid out for you that you could actually do homework on yourself didn't make sense and didn't line up, then guess what? I guess we'd just be pissing away Raven Entertainment money on August 18th. And at which point, nobody should care, because you still get your entertainment, you still get your live stream, you still get your YouTube upload or your trailers or your shit talking or your battles. So you shouldn't care because what our shit don't make you eat, it ain't your money, right? So I don't think you should care then. What you should care about is like, damn, I hope these battles turn out good. As far as the business, let us worry about that. We've been doing this shit for 5 years before some of these clowns even existed. So shout out to the RBE side.
Facts. Salute, homie.
You talking about somebody
This is Darion speaking right now.
What's up?
Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on? I'm
Salute.
Darion from, BRM Battle Rapid Media, and 1/3 of the commission. Now you just spoke on about the bloggers.
I spoke. No, it wasn't just bloggers. It applies to anybody. It applies to anybody.
Yeah, I'm saying right. But you said about have their facts. Now I really don't want to get into it, but I do have to ask it. With the "Am I Wrong" thing from Rome DMV, and talking about your event, and me personally, I don't think it has all the facts, and it's just Rome DMV. That's just me personally. Coming at your kind of disrespecting. To me, is disrespecting, because you're putting on a great event, especially headline with Murder Mook and Aver. But how do you feel about that whole series of him putting that out there, just coming at that event on the 18th? How do you feel about that?
The thing about dude is you'll get the tweets. People will send me the blog. I'll see the title. If he's lucky, maybe I'll glance through maybe 30 seconds of it, or I'll let people tell me what it's about. But I've grown so much above people like that as a man, and also as a business, and also as an entity in this culture. You know what I'm saying? And when I speak, I also represent the entire RBE staff. Dude is too small for us to play with him. You know what I'm saying? He's not worth us playing with him. Real talk. So people like that just have to figure out what to say next by the time we get past August 18th and we're at August 19th. And it's like, okay, great battles, great event. Everybody had a good time. We're releasing the VOD now, and all this chaos is going on. It's like, okay, here comes Rare Breeds Part 2. And me, I've always given almost every blogger a shot in terms of me watching them, and if I have spare time, which I is even more limited in my life over the last 2 years, and once I tag certain people, as really, really being, trolls or clowns, or just, carry a certain energy that I don't keep around me, I stop participating in those type of people's content. It's not worth it for me. It's not worth it for me because the company is going to do what it's going to do regardless. RBE is going to do what it's going to do regardless. And I said this before. I think, certain people, they really, really got to look in the mirror and remind themselves of what their motives are. Like certain people are inspired because they're trying to prove something to people that they want to be around. Then you got groupies of the world. You're really, really trying to be a part of something. Sometimes people look at leagues like their gangs or their families or whatever. People are cliquey. You know what I'm saying? People are cliquey. You know what I mean? But when you constantly have bad energy around you and you got people threatening you or people putting their hands on you and all this type of stuff, certain people look at that and realize yo, I gotta chill. And other people, they will continue to insinuate things and fan the flames in their life and let them live their lives like that. I can't go through my life though getting down on that level with certain people because in terms of the shit that I'm responsible for and the shit I gotta pay attention to and being a part of running Rabbit Entertainment and then my regular life outside of battle rap, certain people is just way beneath me. Just way, way beneath me. And I had to learn that coming into the game, back when I was in every Facebook group, back when I would watch every blog, back when I would be at every event. You know what I'm saying? Like you as a company, if you're really growing and you're really moving in the right direction, you have to outgrow certain people and certain things. There's certain things that used to reach me that don't reach me anymore. You got to communicate certain shit to me through somebody else. There's certain people that, I'm not responding to your tweets. I'm not going to read your tweets. I'm not going to watch. You just can't. You just can't once you get to a certain level. It's not worth it for you. So, shout out to everybody. Shout out to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see everybody on August 18th. You know what I mean? In the meantime, As a man, my only advice that I could give people as a man is to just be careful. Like, when you do certain things in the world and you constantly create certain energies, people just need to be careful and not take things for granted of the type of energy that they attract. I don't do that. I don't play with people. I don't fuck with people. I don't bother people. I don't disrespect people. I defend myself. I defend Very Good Entertainment. But going out of your way to create certain energies is never a good thing. You only live once. So everybody just needs to try to enjoy this beautiful game that we're all in and take it from there. But there's nothing for me to address with, there's 20 other people that's just like that. And as we grow, there'll be 40. Then there'll be 80. Then there'll be $1.6. It'll just keep doubling. You lend people like that your ear and your energy, and you'll be on the same level as them. You can't continue to grow your shit while being on that ground level with people like that. So everybody got a job to do, and that's not my job in this game. I got a different type of job in this game.
All right, Marty Mundo had technical difficulty. He's back on. Marty Mundo, you have a question for ARP, and I want to ask this after that. You can answer if I'm going to have face-offs or not.
Yeah. So start off. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Marty.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, I was about to say, if you was about to say something, go say your thing.
No. What I was going to answer that, most importantly, which is obviously Murder Mook versus Averb, that face-off, there was some pictures going around. I put on my Instagram as well. Averb definitely did pull up into New York, fresh out of St. Louis, and they definitely had a classic face-off. It was very, very long. I think we're going to probably release it in 3 parts. I don't think that we can even release the craziness and the amount of shit that was going on in that fucking face-off in 1 part. So y'all probably going to get like a 3-part face-off from the Murder Mook and Averb main event. As far as everybody else on the card, King Lowe, Daylight, Iron, Big K, Pat Stay, Danny Myers, Big T, Ill Will, the announcement that's coming tomorrow, the mystery battle. We may even reveal the mystery battle the day before. I'm not sure. I'm really like 60, 75% sure that it'll be in the building, but there's some stuff that we're working on. But you're going to get something the week of the event. It's just too early to say right now, but we're gonna promote it to you guys. We're gonna put a video together for you guys and let you guys know what's going on. And there's gonna be the entire battle rap culture. You're gonna be able to really be a part of it. Trust me. It's just too soon to talk about. There's a lot that's coming. Just hold on to that. But I do want to mention that as far as the main event, you already got that locked and sealed. Everything else, give me a second before I start really talking about that publicly yet.
Straight up.
Marty?
All right. I'm Marty Mundo. I'm a battle rapper / artist from Kansas City. You feel me? Representing New Orleans to the fullest. 504. You check me out, bro. I wanted to know, like, when you had came out with when you had dropped the battle, when you basically had dropped the card, and Sue Surf came out talking all that, I turned down money for that same battle and all of that shit. Did that affect any publicity?
No, that's you're talking about. Remember what I just said about Sue Surf as far as, people got to also maintain the perspective of the game needs more Sue Surfs. He's one of the most talked about and most viewed guys in the game. So because his following is so big, he actually added to discuss. If you look at all of our releases, part of that trailer in the beginning where you always see Averb and Murder Mook, you see the word the debate, because we are creating a storyline with Murder Mook and Averb. Right. The fans have helped us create that storyline. Surf has added to that when he came out like that. At first, even the debates of who deserves what, should Verb be there? What was his last? It's all a storyline. You know what I'm saying? People gravitate to stories, whether good or bad, and whether you denounce the matchup, or whether you love the matchup, whether you're curious about the matchup, whether you're in the middle of the matchup on August 18th, in some form or fashion, you'll be tuning in to try to understand what happened. Whether you're on the game, whether you're on the VOD, whether you're in the building, whether you're on Twitter listening out, whether you're waiting for you will be tuned in to figure out what happened. That's what we mean when we say the debate. Like, one thing about RBE, we've always had a positive energy and a lot of support around us from the fans. But don't ever get it misconstrued that we're not built to handle the other side of shit too. You know, because if that was the case, then we'd be running around crying the moment anybody had anything negative to say about anything that we was doing. Been there, done that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be in that position when you're creating a company such as Red Entertainment. You know what I mean? It could be Surf, it could be anybody that could say something that the fans could interpret as, man, that's not really supportive. And we have to roll with that. We have to take that and use that. We have to see that is part of the storyline. You know what I'm saying? Or else if it didn't create any energy, you know, you wouldn't even talk about it. People wouldn't even know about it. People wouldn't care about it. People would turn their back on it. But whether you pick up your phone to tweet, whether you cut on the camera to blog, whether you get on a radio station and talk predictions or deserve, don't deserve, you got to understand that comes with promotions. That's part of it. That's part of the storyline. That's part of the build-up. So if we could do it all again, say again?
Was FACTZ beating A-Verb as I predicted part of the storyline? Because, you know, FACTZ did say, I heard you got moved next.
Nah. So you actually just answered the question. It can't be predicted because A-Verb.
No, I said was that battle a part of the storyline? Like,
no, that's what I'm. Yeah, and that's what I'm answering. It can't be because Murder Mook and Verb was actually locked in, I believe, before FACTZ and Verb. I'm trying to remember the timeline perfectly, but they was definitely locked in around the same time. You know, and we can't predict. Yeah, we can't predict. You know what A-Verb does in that last event. We can't predict what FACTZ does in that last event, and we've done that time and time again. You know, we booked O-Red for Show Off before his Av battle came. Now, what if Av buried O-Red? You know, then we have to use it. We booked JC in June when he had Ilmac all the way in November. You can't predict what's going to happen. Rum Nitty is locked in for what? Surf and then Bridge Rothstein, with both battles being promoted at the same time. You don't know how the Surf and the Rum Nitty battle is going to go. You see that again with like Tech 9 and Jims and Tech 9 and Geechee. You don't know how the Jims and the Tech 9 battle is going to go. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I do credit to RBE as well as other leagues that jump in that water. You know, it's very, very hard to have a successful business and really jump out there and move yourself forward if you're not willing to take that word called risk. You know what I'm saying? So when you factor in risk as a business, and then when you also factor in some of the things that I said about Big T, which is like, all right, sometimes the situation changes the outcome and you got to believe in the person. That's where we still fully look forward to him on August 18th. I saw a lot of people talking about, you know, after Surf and Rum Nitty, you know, there were, you know, you got league owners that's like, yo, it's all good. You know, the next one we got, somebody has to still believe in Surf and put him in that situation, and that creates another storyline within itself. So now what's going to happen is if Surf gets announced for a battle, the bloggers, the media, the fans, they're not going to stop talking about Surf because of his third round versus Rum Nitty. You know what's going to happen? Everybody's going to talk about his upcoming battle. They're going to talk about his Rum Nitty battle, and all of that storyline and energy is going to carry into the next event. That's what I was just telling. This is what I was just breaking down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when we put those words, the debate in the trailer, it's part of the storyline. Now, once again, if A-Verb gets up there and he has a top 3 performance of his career of all time, it just amplifies the battle. It amplifies RBE. It amplifies the storyline. It amplifies everything.
Because A-Verb is RBE. Like a motherfucker. I don't care what nobody says.
And that's what I'm saying. A-Verb has been on RBE since our very first call. You know what I'm saying? So to have league owners such as myself and Shot to stand behind him and say, yo, we believe in giving you, at this point in your career, your biggest match ever. What does that say about ARP and Shot when A-Verb shows up on August 18th? It looks like, man, these guys are geniuses. Not that we're geniuses. It's just that we took the risk. You know
and y'all got faith in your Y'all seen his track record. He got that Muhammad Ali record, bro. He over 50 battles.
There you go. And I think a lot of battlers behind the scenes definitely appreciate shit like that about us. Because a lot of people have gotten opportunities that they may not have even been ready for, that their profiles weren't ready for, that their views weren't ready for, that their images weren't ready for, but they capitalized on those situations. And then they turn back and they give a certain amount of respect. Yeah, they turn back and they give a certain amount of respect back to Red Entertainment for that. You know, once again, going back to the Daylight exam, you know what I'm saying? Like there's reasons why Daylight, you know, always attempts to bring his A game to RBE. It's deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really deeper than rap. And we have a lot of respect for A-Verb's legacy and history with us behind the scenes as well. So him also being a star in this game, it was just a great storyline, debate, and decision to make for Book and Murder Mook. And once again, we're all going to be tuned in on August 18th. So, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense for us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you answering that question for me, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, I actually, if anybody else got any question, I'll take one more question and let ARP get to his day. I know he's a busy man. I appreciate you myself, sir, for coming on the show. This was a nice way to get up in the morning and do something. You know what I mean? Get some education as far as the culture on a Sunday. This is like church for me. So if anybody has anything to say, say it now. And let the man get to what he needs to do today.
I mean,
nobody.
Man. Go ahead.
No, you go. You got it.
Nah, I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all because some of these questions, you know, is things that, you know, are not getting spoken about or addressed. You know what I'm saying? And when you ask somebody questions like this, you know, just totally left field, you're going to just get all honest answers. And the RBE fan base is used to getting stuff like that. Like I told you, we do have a blog coming addressing an elephant in the room. But, you know, stuff like this, I really think the RBE fan base is accustomed to getting. You know, they at the end of the day, they turn around and they say, we know it's more than just ARP, but he's a spokesperson, and he's going to keep it real with us when the time comes. So I appreciate even getting some of this information out to our fan base and to the battle rap culture because it always comes from a real place. Number two, y'all know what it is. August 18th, man, go to rarebreedent.com to get your most recent and up-to-date announcements. We got another announcement coming up. We got the mystery battle on the card. I see a lot of speculation about that. We got trailers coming, videos coming, battles from Pearly Gates 2 coming. I see the fans asking about them. We got y'all. There's so much editing going on. We got more blogs coming. Just please stay tuned. Go to that rarebreedent.com. Make sure y'all get y'all ticket. Make sure y'all get y'all live stream because this will be one of the most talked about nights in battle rap in a long time. So August 18th is going down. So you already know.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't. Yeah, go ahead, Harlem Fresh.
Oh no, I wasn't saying nothing. I think somebody else was chiming in. I just I salute ARP and I respect him for answering the questions open and honestly. You know what I mean? Because I'd rather get my information from the source. I don't really like to get the rumors and shit from Twitter and all that. I'd rather just ask where the source is at, and then he kept it a stack of everything. So definitely salute to you, and everybody definitely need to tune in because that battle is definitely going to be epic. That card is a nice card off the rip to begin with. So just tune in and check that whole card out.
Appreciate that, man. Yo, I'm here, man. We got to do this again ASAP. If not before, then definitely after the event. We're going to have a lot of shit to chop up because, like I said, you know, August 18th is going to answer a lot of questions. So by the time we get to August 19th, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely
I appreciate you.
Show.